Have you ever been playing a match and I don't know, maybe you've been playing a randomised match and your opponent's chosen Bayern Munich and you've chosen Werder Bremen too, and you're like, well, how do I play with this team? Or maybe you're playing at a disadvantage, doing some sort of challenge or something where you're playing with a weaker team, or maybe you're playing someone who you've had to have a forfeit against because they're too good for them. Well, today I'm going to tell you 5 good tips for playing with weak teams and if you have a disadvantage on FIFA. So you don't have to be the best player to use these tips. Like I'm kind of average, but these tips will still help me, and even if you're like the worst player, you will still get some stuff out of these tips as for a top level player. So yeah, let's get into the tips, and yeah, so I'll be using stuff from examples as well, so if you watch the Road to Kaido series you can look out for some tips there. But yeah, let's get into number 1. Number 1, know your players. So basically what I'm saying here is that you should know all the players that you're playing with and their skills and weaknesses. For example, if you've got a pacey right winger such as Junya Ito in my Road to Japan series, you should know what to do with them. So you might like bomb down the pace with him, but you don't want to shoot with him though. And it's the same with all the other players. Like with weaker players, they can't do everything, so you should use know what they can do and use their strengths to your advantage. So you know, there's a guy who can shoot, well, you pass to him when you want to shoot. You know, there's a guy who is really good to doing long balls and crossing, well, put him on corners and free kicks, and make sure he's always in the centre of your play and direct the play around what your team is best at, and don't try and do stuff with players that are not cut out for it. And this is really useful because like otherwise you're just gonna end up doing stuff. I mean, okay, so you've got a top team on foot challenge with Messi and stuff. Like these players aren't that, so you need to learn to adapt and know what they can do. It might be hard if you're choosing a randomised team, but just have a quick look at what they can do. It's even better if you know the players. So if you're having to choose a weaker team, choose a team that you know and some players that you know. Number 2, don't be complacent or show off. So basically what I'm saying is here, you got your 5-star skill moves. This sort of adds on for the last tip actually. You've got your 5-star skill movers such as your icons and stuff. Don't try it with the other players. They might have the pace and stuff to carry it off, but more than often not you will sort of just end up crashing into another player. And also same with your sort of like finesse shots and stuff. Don't go for the showing off, because more than likely, especially if you're doing it in your own half, you'll end up losing the ball. So go with your stuff that you know you can get goals from, instead of going for some sort of rainbow flick sort of rainbow flick overhead kick combo, because with players like this it's not going to work. Tip number 3, don't underestimate your players completely. They're not useless, like they can still do stuff. So you may find yourself in situations where you're sort of passing it around, maybe you're passing around too much to find the perfect player. Just go for a shot, you might get a corner or something. Now this kind of contrasts with the tips I've given you beforehand about finding your best player, but sometimes it's not about that. Just go for the shot, you never know, they might score. And the reason I'm highlighted Mr. Torrejon, I think that's probably what his name is that I was playing with him and he scored a really good, like a 25-yarder. Unfortunately I didn't record it, but yeah, it was the most insane goal ever. And if you look at his long shots 31, shot power 59. By all means he should not be able to score that shot, but he still did. So you never know, if it looks like they're in a good position, or it just feels like you could have a chance, just go for the good shot. I mean, this guy's 31, he should have no chance. But in fact, this was on his left foot as well, and he's got 3-star weak foot, which is not too bad. But by all means, he should not be able to score that shot. 31 long shots. Sometimes it's just better to go for it and have a shot on goal, possibly force a corner or something, because if you're passing around too much, you'll sort of get clogged up in midfield possibly. And yeah, so especially if you haven't had many chances, you never know what could go in. So yeah. Number 4, shift your team so it's situated around your best player. So as you can probably see here, I am playing with Austria and have Alaba highlighted, and he is although it may not seem that he's much better, he is by far Austria's best player. I mean, so you're probably going to actually want to switch Alaba to a striker, because I mean, Alaba's normal position is a left back. For Bayern, that's the place where he plays best. But if you switch him in this team to up front, he has better shot power and better finishing, better speed, better everything than this other guy Yanko. And you're probably going to actually want to not use him at all and put in someone like, I don't know. But anyway, like, Alaba has insane stats, and you're not going to be playing him to your full potential. With a team like Austria against a team like Germany, as I'm playing against here, you're going to want all the attacking options you can get. Maybe I'll play a slightly more defensive formation. I mean, I'm going to explain that tip a bit later. But maybe play Alaba up front on his own, because he's the person who you're going to get full potential out of, and he's not going to be doing that much at left back when you can play him up front with the better team. I mean, you wouldn't do this in real life because that's where we'll be used to, but in FIFA it's going to really help, and Alaba is a way better striker than all of these other people. So I'll play the game and see actually how Alaba does in his new position.
Kick off, and the game is underway. Now you've got your chance to check on the lineup for the home team. It does look more like 4-4-1-1 than 4-4-2.
Yes, I think so. I mean, it gives the manager the option of stiffening his midfield, and when they get the ball, you know, that number 10, if that's what you want to call him, behind the centre forward, he can...
Alaba! It's goal! Fantastic start! Really quick off the blocks here.
So, as you can see here, David Alaba was the highest rated player in my team, playing up front. He got 2 goals, and yeah, he got 2 goals. He was sort of a fast up front player, sort of like how most people play Jamie Vardy on Ultimate Team, and he was really actually useful in terms of you could always guarantee that he was going to make a run, and he would probably score the end result as well. Unfortunately, I didn't actually win the match. I ended up drawing it 3-3 because I was not using my 5th tip, which I'll explain in a second. But other than that, without Alaba, I don't think I would have done as well. He would have been on the left wing and not been able to have that impact, and I would have had to maybe use a slightly slower player, and not had the skill of Alaba up front. So yeah, so maybe if you're playing with a slightly weaker team than Austria are quite strong. Then maybe just look for your strongest player and put them in the cam position, because playing them as strikers doesn't always work, but shifting them to the middle if they're on the left or right. I've done that with Honda in my Road to Hokkaido series, which you can check out if you don't know what it is. But I've done that before and that's worked really well. So playing players out of position on Ultimate Team, maybe not, but if you're playing a sort of 1v1 match like this, definitely just shift a player up front if you want to, and because that can really help, especially if you're playing with a weak team. Number 5, probably the most important tip out of them all: play defensively. As you can see in that game, I was not playing defensively at all. I did have defence on, but I wasn't really concentrating in defence. Yeah, as you can see, I wasn't playing defensively in that match, and that did make me pay quite deeply. I did concede 3 goals. I wasn't really concentrating when it came to defence, and I wasn't really, well, I was just looking to score goals, and yeah, so play defensively. In my Road to Hokkaido series, as soon as I'm playing with a weaker Japanese team made of just Japanese players, I started playing quite attackingly, and I scored goals because I didn't have as much attacking potential. I didn't get as many goals as the opponents did, where they had Thierry Henry as icons and Niang and all those other players that have massive pace and skill. So play defensively, because you're going to end up infuriating your opponent as they can't get past you. And yeah, so that is a real key to winning with a small team, is infuriating them, passing it around them. Just wait your time, and eventually it will get to them that they are a weak team. If you're going to take any tips from this, take this one. If you're playing with a weaker team, play defensively, even if it's on Ultimate Team. where you got an 81 team and the guys got an 85. Just take your time, play defensively, play out from the back. Yeah, so that is really important. As soon as I started doing that remote Japan series, I won my first game in 4 games. So yeah, please do that. Right, so I hope you enjoyed, guys. Trying something slightly different today if you are new to the channel, because it's, yeah, so if you're new, then check out my other series. Of course, if you're not too much of this content, I am just trying it. I'm trying a lot of everything to see what my channel is used to. I am a new channel as well, so obviously subscribing would be a real help, so because I actually know all of my subscribers currently, I think. Yeah, so I'm looking to do any other content, so any sort of ideas on other content will be great. Maybe FIFA, maybe other games, but or other tutorials you want me to do. I'm not that good at playing, but I know the tactics. I understand how. Yeah, so slightly different content. Clearly not live commentary. So I really hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Hopefully with a different intro or something. I don't know. Yeah.